Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to another episode, the final episode of MC Eternal. Wow, I can't believe we've made it this far. This is, as I've said before, the longest series I've ever done in anything. I was gonna say in Minecraft, but in anything. I've tried series. I've wanted series to be long before, but I've never really put an end goal to them, so they've always kind of wound up fizzling out. Like I used to just do on my old channel. I used to just do Minecraft like amplified survival. Bam! There's the last nether star that we need. I used to do like a Minecraft amplified survival, but there was no actual goal, so you know I just kind of planned on it going forever, which is not a realistic goal. When you put an end to something, even though it's sad to come to that end, like now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling kind of emotional. I've put a lot of effort into this series. Ooh, I actually want that just in case I want to fight the Wither after the series is over. Yeah, I've put a lot of time and a lot of effort into the series. There have been ups and downs. But we'll get to all that later when we're saying our final goodbyes. We got what we needed for now, so let's return home. But yeah, I now that, you know, putting an end goal, you know, an achievable goal, although arguably it wasn't achievable the way it was. I had to do a lot of editing to the quest book in order to make it achievable, but yeah, having an actual end goal is what makes the series good. I mean, it makes it have a definitive end, so it feels like it's wrapped up with a nice little bow. But here we are. We're at that end, and I'm excited. So, as you can see, we just got the last nether star that we need. We needed 8, and we have 8. So, rather than just make the final 2 things, this and this, and just complete that and be done with this episode in 5 minutes, I want to do something a little bit special. So what we're gonna do, I said a long time ago, I was always saying from the beginning of the series that this series was intended to be just as much about my friends as it was about just getting the quest book done and showing off the mods, spotlighting all these different mods. But of course, the interest didn't really strike in very many people. I was the only one that really, in the group, that really got interested in this mod pack. And not to say that they disliked it or anything, they were all kind of burnt out on Minecraft already. As I've mentioned before, we were all playing on a vanilla realm already, but right before we started this, so we had just gotten done with that world, and then came to this one. And it was a little overwhelming for the people that didn't know very much about mods. But either way, I think that for most of them, I got a good feature for most of my friends. And it's not like it's not like just because they don't play this with me that we're not friends anymore, by the way. I talk to them all the time, just playing different games. But yeah, so what I want to do is each stage of the Opinium course. Right now we've already made up to this stage. We should have, if we look up, we should have 128 passable Opinium cores. So yeah, here we go. Basically what I want to do is I want to kind of give not a eulogy, they're not dead, give kind of just a little bit of just a nice little, I don't even know what to say, like a nice little dedication, that's the right word, a nice little dedication to each of my friends, just by going to each one's houses and just saying a little bit about them and what they mean to me. So before we make the first stage, I counted, I should go to 8 different places. I should name 8 people. So there's Cole's place, Chris's place, Josh and Matt's place, Kate's place, Brenna's place, Ashley and Caitlin's place, Nick's place, Nolan's place. That's 8. Perfect. All right, so we're going to start with coal before we do any crafting at all. All right. This, although unfinished, was quite the endeavor. He wanted to make an entire town. As you can see, he kind of laid out the framework for it. And even what he completed, I mean, honestly, this freaking kid, he's older than me. He's like 2 years older than me. This freaking kid, they're all kind of like 2 years older than me, I think. Jackie's the only one that's actually my age. He's just great at building. I mean, look at the detail. Look at the detail. He came right in. He started right off with the micro blocks, the freaking tinker or whatever, the Tinker's Construct, all of these different little things. Although I've critiqued his way of playing the game before, because I feel like focusing on this before you focus on the survival aspect of Minecraft can burn you out a little bit faster, because, you know, you should get to a point where it's easy to collect this stuff rather than collecting it difficultly with like iron. Like, imagine if I had this thing and I needed limestone. Imagine having this thing versus an iron pickaxe without mending or unbreaking. That's kind of what I mean. I don't know if that's what he had, but you know, I kind of like getting to the peak of not the peak, but do a good point in my gear before I start doing any building. But just because we play differently does not mean that it discredits his talent. Of course, he got burnt out somewhat quickly. He's actually one of the most... Yeah, he's the second most played. By a lot, actually, by 2 days. It's by some mind-blowing... We've only played a week and 5 hours in total. That is really crazy to me. I feel like I've been doing this series since October. It is now March, so it's been 5 months. But we've only played a total of about a week, which is pretty mind-blowing to me. But anyway, back to Cole. Cole is a very good friend. We have swiftly become good buddies. I met most of these people through my friend Nolan, who we'll get to later. I met most of these people through my friend Nolan. He and I were friends in choir in high school. He was 2 years ahead of me, so he graduated when I was becoming a junior. But we've stayed in touch ever since, and he introduced me to all of his friends online who he was friends with at our school. And Cole was one of them that I automatically clicked with. He's just such a funny guy. He's been in a few of our videos. We never got a one-on-one video, but he was in the Dragon one with Ashley. He was in the Twilight with Ashley and Jackie. So yeah, you guys have gotten a taste of what Cole's like. But he's a very talented Minecraft builder, as you can see. I don't know if I've ever really walked through all of this, but it's just very detailed down to the last little bit. There's a little bit of dirt because he never finished some things, but he's got his Emmy system here, little TV. I think upstairs is just dirt. I don't think he ever finished. Yeah. But yeah, just a really nice guy all around. It's been a real pleasure getting to know him over these last, I think it's been about a year actually since I was introduced to the group. So over this last year, it's been a really nice time getting to know him. He's a really good friend. Just the kind of guy that's always around to give you a laugh when you need it the most. So thank you, Cole, for being such a great friend, and also a great contribution, though I'm not going to say it's small, though short-lived. It is quite great. It is large. It is immaculate, if you ask me. So there's our dedicated to Cole. So with that, we're going to make the next stage of Opinium Cores, which takes a lot of diamond blocks. It takes 128 diamond blocks, so 2 stacks, and that should leave very little, 128 diamonds, and then it should take a stack of these. So let's take a stack of those, and then it'll also take all of these. Okay, and we should be able to make 2 stacks. Oh no, 1 stack of those, yes. There we go. All right. So there is our next one. So now I will head over to Kate's house. Now Kate never really got into the server very much. She was kind of overwhelmed by how many mods there were. I helped her out a little bit with starting power. As you can see, I kind of taught her my way of making the power source, the starter power source. It's very reminiscent of what we had back in like episode 20 or so. But she never got really into this server, but she's been a longtime friend, actually. I've known her just as long as I've known Nolan, I think. Or been friends with her just as long as I've been friends with Nolan. And Kate is a great friend. She is also very, very funny, very sarcastic, but I definitely vibe with that. She's definitely got my sort of sense of humor, and we're still very much in touch. We play Skywars on Hypixel a lot, and yeah, Kate's just a great friend. This is a very cool house. I've never really told her, but I think this house is very cool. I've never really tried to use the sideways logs in a build, but I think it turned out really nice, and I love how it's on the lake. And I love how there's a tombstone just randomly sitting at the front of her house. But yeah, so here's Kate's build. Thank you, Kate, for your contribution to the server. It was nice. It's too bad that we never really got a feature for her in an episode, because that would have been a fun one for sure. But with that, that's a second person, so let's do the next one. We need to make these. Oh, shoot. Okay, no. So yeah, so it's 7 that I can do. Okay. In that case, I might do Nick and Brenna as one, because they're a couple. Okay, we're gonna need another 64 of those, and then we should have everything that we need to make 32 of those. Bam. Okay, so those Opinium cores are done. Wait, I had more than I needed? What? Oh. How did I do that math wrong? It was 128. Oh, duh. I need it for this. I'm stupid. Okay, yeah, I'll do Nick and Brenna together. Here's Brenna's starting shack. She built it out of wood logs, kind of like Kate, because we were all making fun of her for having a dirt house on our old server. But yes, Nick and Brenna are another two new friends that I made when I was introduced to Nolan's friends about a year ago. They have both been quite good friends. Everyone in the group, honestly, is just really funny and really nice, very inviting, very accepting, and I've definitely found both of these two individuals to be quite nice. Nice is an understatement. Nice is a blah word, and they are not blah. They are very exciting and fun to be around and to talk to. So here's Here's Brenna's first build, and then she started this house over here. It seemed like she claimed quite a lot of land here. And this house actually was really cool. She chose a very interesting block palette, one that I never would have thought of, but it honestly kind of tied together. Like, the maple wood slabs with the dark oak planks honestly doesn't look that bad. It's two colors that I never really would have thought of going together, but honestly, it makes me think that acacia might not look bad next to a dark oak. And then she mixed in the white there, and then a little bit of mossy, so very, very cool choice. She was definitely experimenting with some different build styles, which I thought was very brave and very cool. Let's fly over to Nick's house to just show it off. But yeah, Brenna was a little bit more into the server than Nick was. As you can see, she built a bit over there. I don't know how much Nick really played. I guess I can check the leaderboards. Yeah, Nick is down here at 9 hours. Brenna is at 21 hours, so she played like twice as much as he did. But he definitely was trying to get into the magic and bewitchment kind of stuff. I wish he stayed on because he would have definitely been able to help me through the bewitchment stuff. But as you can see, he had just a little witch's hut back here with a big farm, bunch of witch stuff. Yeah, I wish he could have helped me through all of the bewitchment quests, because those were tough to figure out on my own. So yeah, once again, really nice friends. It's been really nice getting to know them over the past year or so, and I got to meet a lot of them for the first time. Let's see, who had I not met before? Carson, Nick, Brenna, Cole. I might be sadly forgetting someone. I don't think so. I think I had met everyone else that was there already. Yeah, but I got to meet them back at Cole's birthday in January, so that was really nice. Speaking of, okay, so that's that. We're gonna move on to the next one here. Let's do. Yes, it's this. So we have that. Should be able to just make those 16. Perfect. All right, we are getting there. Let's do a warp. No. What is it? Ratlantis. All right, so we're gonna do Carson. This guy cracks me up. I'm gonna be honest, Carson. I don't know if you're watching this, but I honestly thought that you were pretty freaking annoying when I first met you. But honestly, I warmed up to you so much. You make me laugh so hard, bud. Like, I know that every time I join a call with you, I'm gonna be busting up at some point in the call. As you can see, Carson didn't do very much on the server, but that does not discount or discredit. Discount is the more correct word. His meaning to me. Once again, obviously, the amount of stuff that they did on the server does not equate to how much they mean to me and what I think of them. I honestly am not even bitter at all that nobody really wound up playing very much. I mean, it's their choice. I'm not going to be like, I wish they played more, because like I don't really care. I had a good time playing on my own. I might have had a better time if I was able to play with people more often. But I mean, I had a good enough time by myself, so I can't really complain. I don't know, because it didn't happen. So, but anyway, Carson is a very, very good friend. He's just constantly making me laugh. He's funny and outrageously funny is a more accurate way of putting it. And yeah, so thank you, Carson, for all the good memes. My friend Craig is here with the glasses. This guy, Cockatrice, is here. Okay, so that's Carson. What is next? It would be these next. Then I could do Bam. Then these. Then Bam. Then these. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay. I'm just trying to remember. Let me look at this list, actually. That'll help to make sure I get everybody. Ah, right. Chris is in there. I gotta definitely give Chris a shout out. So I will do that right now. Let's actually do that before we do the next one. So let's do Warp Christown. Chris! Okay. I don't know if I ever mentioned this to Chris. So Chris, if you're watching, this might come as a surprise to you. I knew your brother. We were actually friends back in my freshman year, so your junior year of high school. And I actually came to your house. Your brother and I were friends in biology, and we wound up doing a project together, and we had to film a video. And I came to your house and you were there, I'm pretty sure. I think you were just upstairs, but I remember like hearing like your guys' mom talking to you, I think. And I was like nervous because I wasn't like good around older people back then. I was like nervous around older kids. So I was nervous that you were going to like come down and bully me because I was all insecure back then. But I think that's really funny. That you were there and you might have seen me and just not put those two things together. But yeah, anyway, so Chris has, although I haven't talked to him a lot, he's always fun to be in a call with, and he's put up with me bugging him, or he did for a long time. He put up with me bugging him about opping me, because I used to, every time I wanted to edit the quest book, if you guys remember, I would get op, put myself in editing mode, do the edits that I wanted, and then de-op myself, because we didn't like me being op all the time. But eventually I realized that I needed to do so many edits that I should probably just stay op so I could stop asking him. And then after that, I had to keep asking him to reset the server, because the server would what? The server would reset or close every once in a while because of the backup cache. So thank you, Chris, for all the times, putting up with me for all the times that I asked you to reset the server, get on your computer, go out of your way to do something for me, and you did it every time. You're a great server owner and a great friend, and I have appreciated all that you've done for me and all the memories we've made together. And yeah, tell your brother I say hi, because I haven't talked to him in a while. Yeah, this is a pretty cool, honestly, it would have shaped up, this is amazing. The dam that he was making is freaking amazing. This space is pretty cool, but this dam really blows my mind. He was making this huge dam here, as you guys can see. It has like a bunker underneath it. He never finished it. Most of the builds on here were never finished, which is fine. I mean, like, the work that they did while they were working on it is amazing. I mean, just look at this. It's so polished, and it's just so clean, and it makes sense. And is there like a bottom layer here? Yeah, there is. It's like a whole another layer down here. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, he did a really good job with that, I thought. Let's fly up the hill. Well, actually, no. Let's do the next one here. Oh, we got to use half of our elytras here. I'm going to split that up. Should make 8 of those. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, okay, that I actually had extra of, right? Yeah, okay, so that I have 2 extra of. Alright, now we've got Josh and Matt. Now, Josh and Matt I actually have known for a very, very long time. My sophomore year, or even earlier, maybe, of high school. We were in the same musical together. But I think I knew them even earlier than that, just from the drama department, because the choir and drama departments at my school were very melded together. They were kind of like one department, basically. Just the arts department was always together. That's cool. A little XP tank. So I knew these guys for a very long time. I actually fell out of touch with them for a while until Nolan invited me to the group, and that's when I kind of reconnected with them, and it's been great. Even just last night, I jumped into a call with just them. They played Forza, and I just watched as they streamed it to the Discord chat, and I had no problem with that because they're just really fun to talk to. They're really good friends. Matt is always really, really fun to do. Matt, I'm not going to say Matt especially. I just have had more conversations with Matt. So I want to emphasize my friendship with Matt a little bit more. No hate on you, Josh. I also love you, buddy. I just have more memories with Matt because we've just been friendlier with each other over the years that we've known each other. But Josh, you are also a very, 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 very nice friend. Both of you are. And I like the dynamic that you guys have, that you kind of sometimes come in a package deal. I feel like when there's a Matt, there's never, the Josh is never too far away. But look at this crazy, I actually helped Matt build this with Kate. There was going to be a lab. Maybe they'll come on. I'm going to keep the server open for a couple months, probably after we finish up today. But this house is actually really cool. Obviously, once again, not completely finished. I mean, there's no roof there, but yeah, it's pretty much finished. It's just not furnished. Finished, but not furnished. And here's Josh's house, which I actually think is freaking amazing. I love the shape of it. How it's like a dome and everything. The glass looks awesome. There's like a chandelier up here with little lanterns. Very, very cool, I think. And, oh, there's a secret. But I can't... Oh, I can get down. He was making a thing. I've never been down here before. We're discovering this together. He looks like he was making some interesting laboratory. But, so yeah, there's that. That's Josh. I'm going to go over to Nolan's place before we make the next ones. The next ones would be those. Yes. Yeah. Okay, that is what I want to do. Okay. Here's Nolan's place. He got a lot further into the what was this mod called? I can't remember. Mayor position available. I don't think that was what it actually was called. It was called like, that's it, mine colonies. He got into the mine colonies mod, further into the mine colonies mod than I did. Nolan, well, just by the fact that he was the one that invited me to this group of friends, probably goes to show that he's probably the closest friend that I have from this group. He and I have been close for years. We've spent hours upon hours, maybe even days, at the same parties, just hanging out with one another one-on-one. Tons of memories, tons of laughs. Nolan, you are one of my best friends, and I will never change my mind on that. You've always been there for me, and I can't thank you enough for that. You are just such a great friend, and such a great bro as well. I feel like there's a fine line between a friend and a bro, and Nolan is definitely both. Well, a lot of my guy friends are both, but Nolan is one of the best of both. He's the best of both worlds, he's always been there for me when I want to get serious, but then also there just to meme around with me. And yeah, I've just known him forever. We have such a long friendship, and I am excited for the years to come of that friendship. But yeah, Nolan got into the mine colonies a little bit here. He lived next to Nick. That's Nick's place. I helped him do some of the power stuff. I even gave him one of these things, which I kind of want to take right now because I want to do something silly at the end of this episode. And I actually walked him through making a jetpack. So we made armored jetpacks together. That's when I discovered that the armored jetpack is actually good. But yeah, Nolan was in a few episodes. I guess only a couple. He did the Nether exploration with me, and me and Jackie, and then he did the that one intro that we did, I think episode 5, where we went and got these inventory pets in the sky. Not a ton of Nolan, not as much Nolan in the series as I would have hoped, but that's okay, because everyone chooses what they like and what they want to play, and I respect that. But yeah, hopefully I can do another thing with Nolan on the channel in the future. Honestly, by the time that this is coming out, I might already have a video or two with Nolan out, or maybe even a series that has Nolan in it has started being released by the time this comes out, because this, I did the math, is going to come out sometime in December, which is absolutely crazy, or maybe the very end of November. But yeah, anyway, let's make the next tier here. We're doing these. We're going to use half of our nether stars now. Bam, bam. All right. Inspiring, and we're almost at perfected. But before we do perfected, I just want to do a couple more friends. Caitlin and Ashley live right here next to each other. Now, Caitlin and Ashley I've known just as long as Matt and Josh. Caitlin and Josh are actually a couple. They've been together for a very long time, so good on them for that commitment. They're very cute together, and they are definitely just a really good couple all around, I'd say. But they're also just very nice individuals. And Ashley is one of my is one of my closer friends. I was gonna say was one of my closer friends from. What is this? Oh, doggy charm. Cole was leaving gifts one day, I guess. Yeah, so I was gonna say she was one of my better friends from the drama department when she was still at our school in high school. Again, she's 2 years older than me, like most of these people. Both Caitlin and Ashley are actually. But Ashley was one of my better friends in the drama department, and she still is one of my better friends today. And Caitlin also has been a good friend over the years that I've known her. Just two all-around very funny gals. They are also kind of a package deal. Sometimes Caitlin and Ashley come together in a little bit of a... with some togetherness. As you can see, they never finished their houses. But that's okay. But yeah, Caitlin and Ashley. Ashley actually showed up in a lot of the videos on the channel. Not on the channel, in the series. Not a lot of, when I say a lot of, I mean like in the ones that had other people besides me, she was in most of them. So I appreciate that, Ashley. And I appreciate you, Caitlin, for being there just even in the beginning, in the first 3 episodes or 4 episodes or however many, and contributing to the server. I appreciate all of that. All right, and now, let's see. We've only got, okay, so this will complete the quest, the next one I do. And then the sword, yeah, okay. I'm actually going to go over to Logan and Trevor. I don't really need to say very much about Logan and Trevor because I kind of said it all in the episode that they were in. Yes, we did record together. I'm almost positive of that. But yeah, they both have been, see, the reason I wouldn't, okay, so I said that Nolan is probably my best friend in that group, and that's because Logan, Trevor, and Hank are not in the group. I actually brought those 3 into the server myself, so they kind of stand separately from the main group, from the Wedding Naps server. Yeah, Logan and Trevor I have known since, well, Trevor I've known since kindergarten, but we weren't really friends back then. Trevor and I were first friends, I'd say, in 3rd grade when we were in the 3-4. We were 2 of the 7 kids in the 3rd, 4th mixed combo class. 2 of the 7 3rd graders in a 3-4 mixed combo class. So that's when we first became friends, and I mean, we were kids, so we didn't stay friends the whole time. But then, in the beginning of high school, we became friends again, and he's just been, and that's when I became better friends with Logan at that point too. They are just 2 of the best guys that I've met. Period. Honestly, they're just 2 just upstanding gentlemen. They deserve the entire world. They are just so funny. They're so nice. I've had so many memories with them. Last year we went to Mammoth, California, just us 3, camped up there for 4 days. If that doesn't tell you exactly where our friendship stands between the 3 of us, then I don't know what will. If you can go 300 miles away from home and camp with 2 guys and survive and cook your own food and make your own fires and pitch your own tent and everything, all of us together, then and just have a great time and have nothing go wrong, then you've found 2 of the best friends that you'll find in your life. So I'm really appreciative of those 2 guys. They never really got started. They got a bunch of stuff from when they were on my quest team. I let them on my quest team, and they harvested like a bunch of the prizes from the quest that I had done, and so it's just all stored in the chest. They never really got started. We were gonna build a house, but it got too late the night that they were on, and then they kind of never really got back on, which is fine. Okay, and then I want to do... Nope. Okay, so now we're gonna complete the quest after I sleep. No, okay, we'll do it right now. We're going to complete this quest. I like how the middle is iron. It's like the most basic thing of all of this. Like, even here, This was all very costly, and in the middle of this is just iron. All right, 1, 2. Bam! Quest completed. That is it. This one is done. Oh, I just realized I had it on 1. Whoops. I wanted it on 2. Look at all the stuff we got. Ooh, an enchanted golden apple. Christmas pet. Cool. Oh my god, 16 enchanted golden apples, apparently. Okay. Ring of Thor. It doesn't do anything. Unless it does. What? Does it give me crazy stuff? I already have one. Okay. Oops. Opinium cores. Okay. Put that away. Put that away. That away. Bam, bam. We'll keep that. Okay. There we go. So that one is done. Now the last one we have in the challenges quest chapter is to make the sword. However, I want to talk about Hank and Jackie. These two are on the server my very best of friends. Well, honestly, okay, Hank, Jackie, Trevor, and Logan should all come as one because they're... Is that an Ithaca? What is that? What are you? I have literally never seen this in my life. Drooting? Okay, it was a bewitchment thing. That was weird. Actually, I just want to warp to Hank's place. Yeah, Hank, Jackie, Trevor, and Logan should all come as one. Obviously, Jackie above all of them because she's my girlfriend, but... Hank and Jackie, Trevor, and Logan are all some of my greatest friends. Hank and I actually just reconnected and not that long ago. He was... Well, first of all, we were friends starting in kindergarten, and we were friends all the way through, from there through 3rd grade, and then he was homeschooled for a little while in elementary school, but came back in middle school, and once again, our friendship rekindled then. And we were friends from 6th grade to freshman year of high school. He was homeschooled again from sophomore and junior year of high school. All four of these guys, by the way, are my age. They're actually in my grade. But he came back for his senior year, which was really, really nice to have him back at school with us. He was in choir with me. He had the courage to take choir with me, having never taken choir before. Not seriously. I mean, he'd never been in high school choir. I think he was in elementary school choir, but that doesn't really count. Yeah, he was brave enough to audition for choir. He was in the entry-level choir, and I was also in it because I took the advanced choir and the entry-level choir to act as a mentor to some of the younger kids in my senior year. So I was with Hank in there. We had a lot of fun over our senior year, which was sadly cut short by the coronavirus. But we had a ton of fun in there together, and just rekindling our friendship then. Once the coronavirus hit, we kind of lost touch for a little bit, but we just reconnected a couple months ago. We've been playing a ton of Windcraft, which is the MMORPG on vanilla Minecraft. It's a server. It is amazing. You should check it out if you never have before. And he kind of got into this. We built this part of this house together. Hopefully he'll get into it since I'm keeping the server open. He says that once we are done with the Windcraft grind, which is actually coming to a close pretty soon, he'll definitely get into the modded server because he wants to learn about how to do all these tech mods and stuff, and also wants to finish this awesome house. So, yeah, just Hank has been an amazing friend. Always someone that I know that I can come back to. You know, you don't really have that kind of constant in your life. Not that our friendship has really been primarily constant, because as I just detailed, there have been times where we've lost touch, but he's just a guy that I know that I could always come back to. And actually, I just an hour ago, he left my house. He lives in Utah now, but he was visiting California, so he came over to my house, and we just played some Super Mario 3D World, had a great time. It was amazing to see him again, because it's been quite a while. It's been since March of last year when school ended that I've seen him. Well, that's not true. Wait. It may be true. I actually don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, it was just amazing to see him again. Just a really upstanding guy. He's a great friend. He's always been a great friend, and yeah, it's really nice to be reconnected with him again. And last but not least, Jackie Shark, my beautiful, beautiful Jackie Shark. So Jacqueline is my girlfriend. For those of you who don't know, she was only in a few of the episodes in the series. Just like Kate, she was a little bit overwhelmed by the sheer number of things that could be done in this mod pack, and so she never really got into it. Yeah, never really fell in love with it, but that does not in any way shirk any of my admiration of her. She likes what she likes, and I respect those things. And she just didn't like this, but that doesn't affect me in any way. Of course, I would have loved to have her in more videos because she's just an amazing person all around. I love her with all my heart. We've been together for almost 2 years now. By the time that this comes out, it will have been like 2.5 years, because this will be coming out in December or so. So January actually is where a half year falls. So it'll be somewhat close to 2.5 years by the time this comes out. But yes, she is an amazing, amazing girl. She is the light of my life, the love of my life, and I will appreciate her no matter what she plays with me. I will probably... I know for a fact by the time this comes out, she and I will be recording our own Amplified Survival series. We'll be restarting the series that we were trying to record before when my files got lost. I've said this in a past video. I lost all the old video files off of my dad's computer a long time ago. I was recording an Amplified Survival series, all achievements series with Jackie. And I lost all of the footage of that. We were like 25 episodes in. But we'll definitely be recording, and it might already be coming out by the time this is coming out. This episode is coming out. Depending on how quickly we're moving through it is usually how I gauge when I start releasing episodes of a series. But, yes, she's just an amazing girl, and I appreciate her, and I love her with all of my heart. And I appreciated all the time that she did spend with me on the server. Alright, so we're going to complete the final quest of the Cure... Oh god, I don't know how to spell it. Okay, I'm going to have to look it up. It is called Kikoku. Kikoku. There it is. It's just a stick and the 2 opinium cores that we have. Here we go. Bonk. Boom. Challenges completed. Oh my god, that is amazing. I can't believe how far we've come. So there's only one more thing to do before we're done, which is literally just press this check mark. But we're not done. We are not done. I have yet to say goodbye to my own things. Now, even though this series is just about as just as much about the people and my friends as it was about my stuff. Obviously, we're leaving my stuff out of the equation if we ended it now. The people are half of it, but the time that you and I, you the viewer, and I, the maker, have spent together in this series has been very wonderful. And I just want to thank you guys. And I just want to go through all of the different things that we've built, starting outside the house. So we've got our farms. I think we laid these down back in, I don't know, episode 4. Some of them. I think these main ones here we laid down in episode 4. That we made much later. This giant ghast farm that I used, it came way in handy for the Ender Dragon fights that we had to do in order to complete Mystical Agriculture. This came in handy for all of the recipes that we had to do. There's a lot of different vegetables that I farmed there. All these trees that we placed to get different fruits that we needed for vegetable or for recipes as well. the main vanilla vegetables here in this farm. If we take the path to the back of the house, we will see, of course, this thing, which actually we spent, I think, an entire episode making just this. I don't know. It was difficult to make. It's a very costly crafting recipe. But this was just to make the brine in order to make our ore quadrupler, which we'll get to later. Totemic, which I'm sad because I lost a lot of the footage for this. Very disappointing. Very, very disappointing, but it is what it is. And, but yeah, so there's our little totemic place. Back here we've got the Erebus portal, which we just did. You guys won't forget that one. Yeah, Erebus is... I liked it a lot until it started crashing and almost caused me to lose the end of the series. The Beneath portal here, the Atum portal. I'll give my thoughts on all the mods towards the end of the video. This was our little chicken/string farm. We got our Aurorian portal, our Nether portal. This is where we did a lot of the Botania stuff, which was very, very fun. I actually did like Botania a lot. Heading inside, let's go in through the front, because that is the correct... Oh, and then our Twilight portal, of course. Let's head through the front. Oh, and Squanchy's over here. This little... Oh, and the giant Inferium farm that we barely really used. We basically just filled it, and then it really didn't even come into very much use because... Oh, God. Jackie, I'm so sorry. I don't know where he is. Oh, wow. I'm actually really sad. Here lies a beloved pet. Okay. A beloved pet and great friend. He was very loud. Rest in peace, Squanchy. Very sad. Very, very sad. That actually is quite sad. I don't know where he went. Oh, I do know. I did that kill all entities command when we were on the moon. For some reason it killed all entities, including everything in the overworld and in every dimension apparently, as we saw. It killed like everything, the frogs and everything. Okay, let's enter let's do the house last. The lab, which didn't get as much use as I wanted it to. I really wanted to make an automated Jaffa factory so that we could actually like mass produce them endlessly. I thought that would be really funny if I could just make the factory and then not even have to worry about like doing the recipes by hand. I wouldn't even have to worry about the quests because I'd have like an automatic thing. That's kind of why I left all the space up here. But I messed around with a lot of designs in a creative world and it didn't really turn out. But we did use it for the rocket stuff. I actually really like how it turned out. I think these arches look really cool. I like how it kind of like goes from there outside. I never really do like circular things on my builds, and it was really fun to mess around with these like rounded edges here. But I really, really like how it turned out. Wish it got a little bit more use, but I think the build was quite nice. I would say so. Of course, our mine colony stuff. This isn't really a build, per se, because you just spawn it in. These guys are here. That's all I have to say about them. And then before we go inside, let's also go warp dual blaze grinder. This was a fun project. It was really cool that we found these two right next to each other and were able to make them converge the way that we did. Because it's quite rare. I mean, like, it's not even... Like, we upgraded Like, this is a much better farm than if we were doing it in vanilla Minecraft. We would have had to use pistons. But with mods, we were able to upgrade it. But it's not even, like, the fact that we're on a mod pack. Like, this was just lucky to find these two exactly the way that they're positioned. But this thing came in handy a billion times. It actually got its use from a lot of people. Because, oops, as we saw, there was like a lot of leftover stuff sitting in the chest from somebody. I think Chris used it a lot, maybe other people as well. But yeah, this thing got a lot of use, not just by me, but mainly by me. Somebody added that enchanting table. I didn't do that. I thought that was cool. I showed up one day and it was just there. But yeah, we almost filled this, by the way. Check this out. It's awesome. It's a huge freaking tank full of stuff. Okay, and then let's go to, what are the other bases that we have? We have one. We have this base. Oh god, I'm scared. I'm gonna die, I'm so stupid. Home! Did I get it? Am I dead? I'm alive! I'm alive! I'm alive! Okay, well, there was that one. I went without the spacesuit, so obviously I was gonna suffocate, but I actually made it home without dying. So there was that base. That's like the only other real base that we really made. There's the end portal, but that's not really a base. I'm just trying to think of other things. I guess there's not really anything else. Okay, so then we'll go inside. Alright, starting with the upper part of the house. A sparsely decorated, you know, kitchen. I could have done more. I honestly could have done more, but I just never really felt like it. I'm not super like the building type, especially since we had so much to do in the quest book at all times. I never really got super into the building mods. But I think it's a pretty nice house. It's just not very well furnished. Yeah, a little bookshelf. We actually kept our enchanted books in here, so that actually served some purpose. This we never got into. I guess I could have taken keys from the moon and done that. These had a spell book, a plague doctor mask, and a skill book. Random little things in there. Okay, but heading down was the first floor of the lab that we made. In here, we have our, well, originally we had a storage system in here, and then kind of a crafting corner. So this hasn't really changed too much for a very long time. So we got our brewing stands, crafting table, anvil, arcane workbench, engineer's workbench, and then a couple of the Tinker's Construct stuff. Here leads down to the very first power system that we made. All of this stuff up here wasn't really there yet when we made this part. This bottom layer we made in about episode 20, I think, and we made this thing first before we realized that there was infinite power like that. So yeah, we made this first. Let's throw a bit of blaze. Let's feed it. Oh my god, we have a ton of blaze rods. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, we first made this for coal. As you can see, there's a little bit of coal still left over in some of them, but we switched to blaze rods because we can get them easily from the blaze spawner, the blaze farm. But as you know, this doesn't actually power very many things. I think it only powers one wall in there. Man, this is gonna... Okay, I'll just place those there. And that. Like that. And they should get picked up over time. But yeah, so this only powers our furnaces. It powers the disenchanting. Everything on this wall, and I think this stuff too. Yeah, all of this runs off it. So actually, it did definitely come in clutch. Obviously, we could have hooked all of that up to one of these things, but we never did. We always left this here because I think it's cool. I think it's a pretty cool design. before I knew that power could be infinite. I thought that this was a pretty good way of designing it. Very automated. Just stick the blaze rods in there. They get sent to these 2 chests. The minecarts pick up the blaze rods from the chests and distribute them evenly across all of the hoppers here. Everything on this wall runs off of this thing. These are all just individual machines, basically. This, of course, is our infamous inscriber, which we spent many minutes, maybe hours, just sitting at, waiting for for plates to press, microchips to press, all the calculation circuits, the circuit boards to compress in there. Our smeltery, which did actually come in clutch every once in a while. I was able to make, I was able to get the Aurorian steel blocks from it. I was able to get the Manualin, which was a quest from it. So we did put this to a lot of use. These 2 smelteries, of course. Oh, our bewitchment room, which actually got, like, no use because I needed to move to a forest in order for it to work properly. But yeah, I think the room is really cool, and the entrance I think is really cool as well. And then last but not least down here, our beloved Emmy storage system. Now this thing came, oh my god, absolutely in clutch. Like, especially when I got the wireless that reaches across the entire overworld. But even when I didn't have it, just having this amount of storage and this way of sorting it was just so great. I'm so glad that we got our end goal, which was to finish it. We originally had it to have 7, but then we replaced the 7th one with this thing so that I could connect the control to it. So we only needed to get 60 of these, which was still quite the grind. So 60 of them. Let's see. 60 of them takes 90 of the 1K. Or sorry, 10 of them takes 90 of the 1K. So 90 times 6 is 540 1K processing units, times 4. So that alone is 2,160 Certus Quartz, but then obviously we needed a ton more Certus Quartz in order to make the pure Certus Quartz crystals and the Flux cables and all of that stuff. But yeah, so glad that we figured out that we could run it off of just these 2 Spectre coils, because originally I was going to make this kind of design, but with 63 generators instead of like 26 or whatever's here. That was our original design, but then we found this, and this is much better. And it kept it powered, and once we got a remote, we could actually sit anywhere in the overworld, and it was amazing. And I thank you so much, Emmy System. You will still be in good use. And then up here, just a couple more things. There's this laser system that automatically harvests ores, takes these specific ores, pumps them over here and into our ore quadrupler, which took some designing. It was pretty cool to make. Oh my god. It was pretty cool to make this thing. I thought it would be too difficult, but it actually turned out manageable, and it was very rewarding. Definitely very worth it, I would say, because you can stick any ore in here, or not any ore, but very many ores, gold, iron, tin, copper, all of that. Stick it in there, and it quadruples the output, which I think is really cool. Took a lot of design to make it. That brine generator out there comes in here. There's a bunch of different machines, and we had it pumping out there. But yeah. So that definitely came in handy. We're going to turn it off for now and take these diamonds out. Why not? Put these diamonds into our redstone furnace. Bam. But yeah, so that is that. There's our blast furnace, or grinder. Yeah, industrial grinder. And then last but not least in here, oh, our enchanter is over there. The enchanter, not an enchantment table. This is very different things. Last but not least, our rubber production, our automated rubber production. This one I was pretty proud of as well, just a small little factory kind of thing. The design is kind of clunky, but it's mine, so I'm proud of it. And without this, we wouldn't have been able to do this rubber chicken challenge. We definitely would not have been able to, but since we had this running at all times, we were able to get more than 2,000 rubber, which went towards the rubber chicken challenge. And all it took was just putting wood. Once we had all the machines down and sustainable power, which, by the way, this connects to the Spectre Coil power cell right there. Once we had sustainable power, it was just wood. So we just needed to supply this hopper with wood, and it turns it into rubber, which is pretty freaking cool if you ask me. But yeah, that's everything that we did on the I mean, obviously not everything that we did. We did a lot of things, but those are the main builds. That's quite rewarding to just go through all of them and look at all of them and do that. But with that, everybody, actually, before we do the last quest, this is what I wanted to do, just for fun. I made an enhanced wired charger. I had actually like just enough stuff to make this. It's actually kind of costly. I had to make a couple vibrant alloy, and I only had a couple energetic alloy left, so I turned those into vibrant alloy. I had to make 4 electrical steel because I only had 1. I had 1 end steel left over, and I had... Oh, actually, no. I had a few end steel left over. I was able to make this. I had just enough grains of infinity left over. I had only 4 enhanced dye blends left over. So with that, I was able to make all of that together. But what I want to do, just to see how quickly I can charge something, I'm going to... Okay, I'm not going to take those off, but I'm going to take every other RF coil off. I don't think... Yeah, no. Okay, I can take that. I can take that with me. Including the one that's powering the ore quadrupler. And the one that's powering the stuff in the lab. I think there's 2 powering the things in the lab. If I'm remembering correctly, it was right here. Yes. Bonk, 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 bonk. And I can take this with me. And I'm also going to take these 2. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I don't think there's any more sitting around. Okay, that's 13. And then we're also going to spend the rest of our money. Oh. That's not good. Well, we only have 1 more to collect, and it doesn't even give me money. Okay, hold on. We're just going to go like this then. Oh, we have editing mode off. I didn't want to enter editing mode again for the rest of the series, but okay, we're going to money 1 accept. Oh, that's not really what I meant to do. 0. Accept. Close. There. And then money. 1. Accept. Okay, can I make this like... Oh, there. There you go. Okay. So that should update our money. All right, we got 69,000. So what can we? I think we can buy 4 with that. Yes. All right. So we got 17 in total. What? Oh my god! Where did you even come? Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me. Where did that even come from, man? That was insane. I thank God we don't have mob griefing on. I would have hated to have to freaking fix that. Alright, so I want to put 2 on each, meaning we'd need 9 power cells. So let's grab 5 more of these. Oh my god. Oh, no way. Oh, we have 14. Okay, so we'll only have as much as 14 can make, which is 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, so we're going to lay these down like this. Okay, 7 of them. We're going to get our wrench out. Like this. Output, 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 output. we're going to do input, 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 input. Okay, and then do input here as well on the top. Okay, and how about inputs on the side? What is that, 16? Good enough for me. All right, I just want to see how quickly this could actually run. So then we're going to do our conduits, and we have a few of the Ender energy conduits, which is perfect. We can do it like that. We're going to slap this down. We need an octadic capacitor for maximum speed. And I just want to see how quickly energy will actually transfer into this thing with this amount of power going to it. And see if we can get to the next tier, which would require us like 280 or 260 million more of that. But let's see. I just want to see if that's even manageable. If this could have been going super fast this whole time, but we just didn't have the right amount of power going to it. So let's see. Slap that in there. Oops. Slap that in there. Look at that thing. Look at that thing charge, man. Holy crap. Wow. It's a million like every... it's a million like every 10 seconds. Okay, now it's going a little bit slower. Because it's draining it. Yeah. Okay. So it transfers the energy too fast, so this doesn't actually sustain. It's actually just going straight into it, but it is going way faster than it's been going. If it was going this fast the whole time, we honestly might even be at like the... Okay, what's after this? We honestly might have gotten to the 3 billion one if it had been going this fast the whole time. But, yeah, that's pretty funny. Anyway, we'll destroy this. Well, I'll put it back later. All right. The time has come, you guys. Here we go. Oh, you know what? We're exiting this first there. I want to do this very officially. No editing mode. Everything is done. Click. All chapters completed. Let's go. Player soul. Oh my goodness, you guys. I cannot believe that we've really come this far. This is amazing. Let's get myself nice and clean here. Clear that out. We're gonna use a absorption. Oh, I used them all. Crap. That's lame. Well. Alright. I cannot believe that the series is coming to a close right now. It's crazy. I've put so much effort into this, and it really does feel good to finally put an end to it. Even though it is sad to leave behind, it is really nice to have finished something this big and something this time-consuming and something this important in my life. It's very nice to have a nice little definitive end to it. Let's charge this up. Charge that up. Just so that we're nice and clean here. That's healing. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, will this... Ooh. Oh, will it get there? Will it get there? The age-old question. It needs like 46 more. 40 more. And then we'd be like completely clean right now. Well, with the rest of the episode, I mean, there is no rest of the episode. We've been recording for like an hour probably. But yeah, I just want to kind of look through the quest book and give my final thoughts on all of the different mods. Like I said, I consider this series to have been half about my friends and half about the stuff that we did and kind of spotlighting each mod in the quest book. Because obviously the goal of the series was to complete the quest book, which I can't believe it, we really did just do it. I mean, of course, with some heavy editing. There were a lot of things that just didn't make sense, things that glitched, things that I didn't think were fair, that we edited out. But even with all that done, I think that we kind of made the I would submit this quest book, the one that we shaped together, in the series, as like the official quest book for this mod pack. Maybe that's just me being wimpy on some things and not wanting to do it. Oh, it did heal it. Oh my god, we're like perfect. Actually, hold on. Cowgo moo. I'm gonna dump my levels into Matt's thing here because it's close. Now we're perfect. Except for that we don't have a perfect yellow row of hearts, but what can you do, you know? Yeah. Anyway, so as I was saying, I think that the way that we balanced it is pretty good. Anyway, just looking at the exploration one, right off the top of my head, what can I see? Oh, most of the Ice and Fire stuff is here. You guys already know my thoughts on Ice and Fire. It's a cool mod. The mobs are well designed, but their abilities are not. They're imbalanced. They are kind of just super overpowered. Most of them you could basically guarantee that all you're going to do is just sit back and kill them with your bow and go through like half a bow just killing a dragon or a sea serpent or something, because you can't get near them. You can't melee them because they kill you in like 1 or 2 shots. So Ice and Fire wasn't my favorite. I think it could definitely do some tweaking. The Beneath, that one I really did like. I thought that it was actually very well balanced, and like in terms of the mobs are kind of overpowered, not overpowered. They're, you know, obviously the same kind of mobs. They do the same damage, but their health is... We died a few times in the Beneath. Their health is amplified, and the darkness consumes you, and those little shadows pull you into the darkness. But the level of risk to reward in this dimension was perfect. I would say that this mod is a 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. It was a great... it was an asset to our ore collection. I went there all the time. Certus quartz, redstone, diamonds, iron especially, and then of course like the big chunks of ore were really nice to have too. But I don't think that was exclusive to the Beneath because I found one in the overworld one time. But yeah, Fish is Dead on Rising. I like the mob design. I think that the fights were very well balanced. The quests, I'd say, are not. It was very often much too difficult to get what was asked of you in the quests, like getting the, you know, collecting the amount of drops that were asked for. Like this quest right here was originally an entire suit of the Foul Bristle armor, and I only got 2 Foul Bristle from the first Ithaca that I fought, even using looting 10. And the Foul Bristle, and I only found 1 Ithaca, or actually I found 2 Ithaca in my entire time on the server, so it was just too rare. The quests I feel like should be asking less, unless, you know, it's in a quest book that only has Fish is Dead on Rising, like it's the only mod, so you can completely focus on it. But to have it be like a little side mod in the exploration quest chapter and to have to ask what it was asking for was a little bit too much. But the mob design I thought was really, really good. Next chapter, I guess there's not really anything here. This is kind of just collecting normal stuff. Pam's Harvest Craft is great for people that love farming and just detailed crafting recipes. It's a great mod. And I love the adding hearts thing, where you get a chance to add 2 hearts if you eat a unique food. Just adds a bunch of food options, good food options too. They give you a lot of saturation and hunger when you eat them. Very cool mod. Mine colonies, I would have loved to get into it more if I wasn't doing this series. If it was like the only, like if I loaded up just mine colonies on modded Minecraft, I totally would get into this. This would be a lot of fun. I could make a whole series on just this, but I just didn't want to do that as a part of this series. But I think it's a very well designed mod. It looks like it would be a lot of fun to do. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. This quest chapter kind of just sucked. I don't really like this one. It didn't have anything to do with a specific mod, really. It was just, I don't think it should have been there. Like the collectors kind of thing. It gave a little bit of direction, like in the Twilight, but so did the Dimensions one, so you didn't really need it. Plus, it was kind of out of order. Not totally. You do fight the Minotaurs before you fight the Cave Trolls, before you fight the Giants, so that kind of made sense, but... Anyway, just kind of... Especially the fact that one depended on the next, so if you find one before you find the other... Like, I found a Sludge Lord before I found the Osfirmus, and I killed the Sludge Lord, but I didn't unlock it. So then I found an Osfirmus, but then I could not find a Sludge Lord for the rest of my time on the server. So I just don't like how it's designed, and a lot of the mobs are just too hard to find, especially with how the spawn rates are balanced with all the different spawns. Yeah, just not my favorite quest chapter, but it wasn't a certain mod, really. Twilight. Always been one of my favorites. Always been one of my favorite mods. It's an amazingly balanced mod. I think the boss fights are awesome. I think the dungeons are awesome. I think the way that it's designed is awesome. And it's got a great direction. You know exactly where to go, especially with this quest branch in this quest chapter. I thought that was really cool. The interdimensional doors mod is fun. There's not a lot to it. It's kind of cool. Midnight was actually a lot more fun than I was expecting it to. It was much more in depth than I thought it would be. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to explore that. We had like a 2 or 3 episode quest tangent on that, and that was a lot of fun. There was a lot of stuff to do there, and it was pretty cool. And the quests weren't super like collecty. They were actually all pretty manageable. I don't think I cheated on a single one. I may have, but I don't think that I did. Yeah, I honestly don't think that I did at all. Anyway, Ratlantis. I wish there was a little bit more direction to the quests, because it was very confusing to have to figure out how to do each thing on my own. I thought I was just going to go to the dimension and then I'd find everything there, but that was not at all the case. You could have done basically all of the stuff in the overworld. So I don't know why it made me feel like you were supposed to go here and then you'd like find all these things, but that wasn't really the case. Wizardry. I never really got into it, and it was kind of broken. It would have been fun to do, but I probably still wouldn't really have gotten into it. I would have kind of just completed the quests. It's very in-depth with the spells and everything, and upgrading your wands and whatever, different levels of stuff. The quests were kind of stupid, especially, since the mod was broken. The collecting the clothes was dumb. I'm just going to say that flat out. That was dumb. But everything else was actually pretty manageable, except for the upgrading them, because, it just didn't work. I actually loved Bewitchment. Bewitchment was really cool. I think it's one of the best. It's a really cool magic mod, because there's not a lot of magic mods, and I thought that it was really... And honestly, Botania also. Both of them are really cool. Not super grindy. Neither of them. They were grindy without being, like, overly grindy. Like, some of them, it's like, you have to go out and you have to collect, like, 14 of this thing that's super rare from a super rare mob, like Fish is Dead on Rising. Yeah, I liked both of these. Super in depth for both of them. Really cool methods of doing things. The summoning and bewitchment was really cool. The flower thing, how you collect mana and then you do that. Botania was definitely more grindy because of like you had to generate mana, put it in a mana pool, and then like open the portals and do a bunch of rituals. But I thought it was still really cool. Vampirism, both sides of it was actually pretty cool. Actually, a lot of fun. Hunter was a little bit more grindy than Vampire, just because you need all of the levels in order to get the quests. I mean, you can level up in both, but the quests required you to level up in Hunter. Totemic I actually liked a lot. The rituals and dances and stuff was actually a lot of fun. I think the difficulty of completing the ceremonies could be lowered a little bit. It got pretty frustrating. I lost the footage of me actually raging. I was like yelling when I was doing that. But yeah, some of the ceremonies were pretty freaking hard. But I did like it. Very cool concept. Ice and Fire, basically. Just collection and stuff. Alright, honestly, I'm just going to cover these all in one. All of the tech mods, exquisite. I don't think there's a single one that I didn't really like. The engineering one is cool. Thermal Foundation has been around forever. So is Tech Reborn. Or not Tech Reborn, but Tech whatever. It's like the Tech It one. And then, so those were all amazing. I really like Mechanism. I feel like I've never really seen it around before, but I actually wound up liking it a lot. Obviously, we used the jetpack through like most of the series. But yeah, I really like Mechanism. I think it's well laid out. Quest book gives it great direction. Same with this one, Ender.io. The quest book gave it amazing direction. Very fun to grind through. And the turret one I did not like. The turret one, just unnecessary, not super useful. Yeah. So it was kind of just like getting a bunch of stuff and then putting it all together. And then, what is it? Actually Editions. I love Actually Editions. I mean, it gave us our storage unit for like the entirety of the series, so I love Actually Editions. It's great. I like it. Oh, no, sorry. Applied Energistics. Yeah, Applied Energistics, that's it. AE. AA. I loved Applied Energistics. It's really good. I think that this is it's laid out really well. And the quest book helps you make your Emmy system, which is really cool. Alright, Erebus I did like until it started crashing. We already went over that. We just finished it. The Aurorian I thought was really cool. I think the whole thing without cheating, except for killing the Moon Queen. I love the quests that I love the most, or the mods that I love the most were the ones that I didn't have to cheat on the quests. So yeah, I really liked the Aurorian. It was really pretty. The design for the dungeons was cool. The boss fights were really cool. Well balanced and everything. Atum was a little dry, but I played it in Rad. I had the same experience. It's pretty repetitive, and the quests ask way too much. There was a quest here that asked you to get every artifact, which I probably didn't even come close to, so I deleted that one. And then some of the quests were kind of glitchy, so we had to cheat on some of those. It's a good mod. It just needs more, I feel like. Primordium. The Moon. Yeah. Lose the Ice and Fire mobs, the Primordium mobs, you're good. The Moon was awesome. And really, really fun to get there, too. The Advanced Rocketry was a lot of fun to grind through. I liked it a lot. Mystical Agriculture has always been one of my favorites. It's super grindy, but we did it. We freaking did it. We had to change this. Actually, we had to change all of these because this was like 64 and this was 128 or something. So we changed that because it's an insane ask. That would have taken me actual ages, like thousands and thousands of Ender Dragon fights to do something like that. So we had to change that around. But otherwise, we did not cheat on this at all, and we got through it. We started it. We started Mystical Agriculture back like very early on in the series, and which is a good call because we were able to make it through right up to the end. The bosses, let's see. That's Twilight, covered that. Ratlantis, covered that. Botania, Bewitchment. Actually, no, that's Fish is Dead. That's also Fish is Dead. And then that one's kind of its standalone. Vampirism. Yeah, basically covered all of that. Oh, I forgot that we had to kill an Elder Guardian. And then the challenges. And that's it. Yeah. Anything I'm missing? Love the Chance Cube mod, obviously. That was just fun. Just fun to have on. My voice is giving out because I've been talking for so long. It hurts to say goodbye. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. It does hurt to say goodbye for the last time for the series, but that does not mean that this is the last series that I'll make. I'm gonna make many more series. Undertale will probably be coming out or even finished by the time that this episode is out. The Witness I am planning on starting pretty soon, so that also might be coming out already. I've got many other things that I plan on recording in the future, and I'm excited. But this one has finally come to a close, and I could not be more proud of how it turned out. I'm so glad that we stuck with it, even through the hard times when the server was glitching, when I lost footage, and especially today when the server wouldn't even let me on, and I thought I was going to have to end the series without even completing it. But we stuck through it all, and we came out successful, and this is the end. And as the Minecraft music fades in, my voice will fade out. Goodbye, Leonard. I mean, I'll see you, but say goodbye to the viewers because they won't see you anymore. Thank you guys so much for watching this series. I really enjoyed making it. I hope you all enjoyed watching it as much as I did enjoy making it. It's a great mod pack. Give it a try yourself, or any of the individual mods that are in here. They're all great. Even though I've got my critiques on some of them, they're still all amazing. They're much better than I could ever design myself, because I don't even know how to do that. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the series, this episode and the series. And until the next series, you guys, I hope you've all enjoyed. Have a great day, and goodbye.